episode number 6 of Innovations in Business Technology, recording on December 16th, 2017. I'm your host, Troy McCauley, and as always, this episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Atlantic IT in Somerset, New Jersey, and we thank them as always for the opportunity to make this show available. So today our topic of discussion is blockchain for small business. Obviously, given the time of this recording, whenever you're watching this video, you'll probably remember mid-December 2017 as the first real explosion in Bitcoin. Was when the Bitcoin futures markets went live. And whatever happens in the future, whether it crashes or continues to soar, the hype around blockchain and cryptocurrency is definitely something folks will remember. As we are rapidly chasing $20,000 a coin for something which was valued at $1,000 a coin just a year ago, and at one point was at pennies a coin. So why is there so much excitement over Bitcoin right now? And what is Bitcoin is a question I get a lot. And the answer to that always comes down to really what is blockchain. Because what Bitcoin is just a way to use the blockchain technology to create a secure and cryptographically traceable currency, a currency that you can always track the transactions, it's always verifiable, everything can always be found. That has gotten a lot of people excited. There are thousands of other cryptocurrencies, but none, with the exception of Ethereum, which had a little bit of a boost recently, none has the recognition of Bitcoin. So what we're going to do for today's show is we're going to have 3 quick segments. So the first, we're going to discuss 8 categories in which the blockchain can be of use for small businesses, just to give you an idea of where things are going to go. Then we're going to have a brief 2-minute discussion of exactly explaining the blockchain in hopefully the best way we can. I spent a lot of time looking for an explainer video, and this one seemed to be the best one that I could find. And then finally, after a word from our sponsor, we will have a discussion of 17 disrupting technologies, actual detailed use cases for blockchain that are already going on or that we're likely to see in the near future. So, first, for a 60-second discussion of what blockchain is, it's very simply a distributed method of verifying transactions. So how that works, exactly, why it's called a blockchain and everything, we'll get into that in the explainer video. But suffice it to say that the blockchain is a way to use technology to instantaneously and with universal verifiability track transactions from the very beginning to wherever it is now and everywhere in between with confidence and security. So, and to be able to do that in a distributed, instantly accessible network. So what does that mean? Well, one, it means for payments and money transfers, now companies are able to initialize a transfer instantaneously because they no longer need to utilize the middleman that have been managing financial and money transactions since the beginning of the digital age. About $500 billion in fees are being collected every year by those middlemen, those payment transaction companies. When you get your statement, or when if you do any kind of e-commerce and you process a credit card for a customer, that 3% fee, that's a fee that's being charged by that middleman network from the people who basically get the money from your customer's account to your account or vice versa. With blockchain, you no longer need that because the blockchain, everybody can see every step on the blockchain. And it's not something that can be disputed because it's deeply encrypted. So certain companies like Abra, Bitwage, CoinPip are making publicly available, and those are starting to be difficult. They don't have the bandwidth that traditional transactions do right now. Your typical credit card transaction company can process hundreds of thousands of transactions an hour. The current technology for blockchain transactions is hundreds an hour. So obviously it's not something that's going to replace it just yet. But for things like international money transfers or bank wires or large scale transactions, a blockchain is much more efficient because it's instantaneous, internally verifiable. So banks like Santander, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank are all experimenting right now with blockchain technologies to enable those kind of fund transfers, bank transfers, international transfers, and it'll make it much quicker. The next is something called smart contracts. I'm going to go over this very quickly because honestly it's something that's confusing even for me, but effectively smart contracts are a way to use the blockchain to create digital contracts instead of contracts made from words. And what the long and the short of that just means that it's a way to make it possible to have completion of contracts between two parties being instantaneously and permanently verifiable. If you want more information on that, I would suggest you take a look at the Ethereum project. They're another cryptocurrency, but their website talks a lot about smart contracts, or just look up smart contracts on your own. That's a very complex topic and not something we have time to get into, but it's another way blockchain is being used. Another simpler, more obvious is basically using blockchain as a notary. Because again, the whole purpose of the blockchain is that it's completely secure and completely trackable. So being able to have a digital notary using blockchain technology is something that will eliminate another need for another middleman. A lot of the things that you see with blockchain from a business perspective are a way to use this permanent digital encrypted ledger as a way to eliminate the need for a middleman to keep track of those things. The next is something called digital distributed cloud storage. And this is a way to use blockchain's ability to track where something is at all times with total security to have the ability to just use little bits of unused storage from thousands of disparate network nodes all as a single gigantic distributed hard drive. And there's a number of companies that are looking to do that. A company called Storj, S-T-O-R-J, is going to be doing that. And they say that simply using excess hard drive spaces, you'd be able to store 300 times the level of cloud storage that you might have now. I think it's a pretty interesting application and something that's worth taking a look into. It's a way, as it goes on, you'd be able to actually sell unused hard drive or cloud drive space and provide an additional revenue stream. The next is digital identity. So once again, blockchain is all about verifying the transaction chain. So it would be a way to tie a digital identity to all of your personal Internet of Things items and tie that identity to all of your transactions so that you'd be able to have a universal ledger of every transaction you've ever completed with anyone ever, all in one place, all centered on your digital identity. This is something that's going to be a lot more complicated to initialize and to put into effect, but once it goes into effect, it's something that's going to be absolutely huge because again, it eliminates the need for all those middlemen. You no longer need 20 different banking apps and ATM machines or any of those things because everything is all core to that digital encrypted blockchain identity. A good company to take a look at for there is a company called ShowCard, S-H-O-C-A-R-D, and they're one of the first ones that's using blockchain as a verifier of digital identity. Next is supply chain communications and proof of provenance. And then gift cards, loyalty programs, networking, and Internet of Things. All three of those are basically really the same thing. It's just about, again, using the blockchain as a way to much more quickly and much more securely track where everything is. So whether it's tracking your customers' transactions for loyalty cards, or tracking a supplier's transaction for supply purchases for your supply chain, or tracking the identity of your thermostat so that your thermostat knows when you're walking in the door for your smart home, or your car knows that it's time to get started because it knows that you're coming by, because your phone is tied to your same digital identity. These are all ways that blockchain will be able to be used, and is starting to be used by a lot of very aggressive startups on making those things work. So those are the big categories that you're likely to see, because again, blockchain is a ledger. It's just a universally distributed ledger. So anything that is about keeping track of things and keeping track of where they are along a process, blockchain is extraordinarily well suited for that. So next we're going to have a word from our sponsor, Atlantic IT. Then we're going to have that explainer that I promised you on what exactly the blockchain is and how it works. And immediately after that, we're going to have the 17 hottest, most active disruptions that the blockchain is hitting right now. These will be much more specific than the categories that I discussed earlier. And hopefully they'll be a more effective way to guide you when it comes to whether you're looking for services you can offer your clients or looking for ways to improve your own business operation. There'll be ways that you'll be able to begin leveraging the blockchain technology in the future, and now there's a number of applications that are already live and functional when it comes to blockchain. So we'll check in after the videos, and I hope you find them informative.
So we want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Atlantic IT. Atlantic IT is located in Somerset, New Jersey, and provides service to companies from the New York metropolitan area all the way to Washington, D.C., providing IT outsourcing services from the simplest thing of basic network monitoring all the way to providing a completely full-service IT department 24/7 for companies of any size. So, if you have any IT needs, from the simplest to the most complex, Atlantic IT has over 30 years of experience providing managed services to companies in the Mid-Atlantic region, and you can count on them to provide the services you need. We here at Innovations in Business Technology are very grateful to Atlantic IT for providing us with sponsoring, and we hope that you will reach out to them if you have any needs in that area.
When you vote, have you ever wondered whether your ballot is actually counted? If you meet someone online, how do you know they're who they say they are? When you buy coffee that's labeled fair trade, what makes you so certain of its origin? To be sure, really sure, about any of those questions, you'd need a system where records could be stored, facts could be verified by anyone, and security is guaranteed. That way, no one could cheat the system by editing records, because everyone using the system would be watching. Systems like this are on the horizon, and the software that powers them is called a blockchain. Blockchains store information across a network of personal computers, making them not just decentralized, but distributed. This means no central company or person owns the system, yet everyone can use it and help run it. This is important because it means it's difficult for any one person to take down the network or corrupt it. The people who run the system use their computer to hold bundles of records submitted by others, known as blocks, in a chronological chain. The blockchain uses a form of math called cryptography to ensure that records can't be counterfeited or changed by anyone else. You've probably heard of the blockchain's first killer app, a form of digital cash called Bitcoin that you can send to anyone, even a complete stranger. Bitcoin is different from credit cards, PayPal, or other ways to send money because there isn't a bank or financial middleman involved. Instead, people from all over the world help move the digital money by validating others' Bitcoin transactions with their personal computers, earning a small fee in the process. Bitcoin uses the blockchain by tracking records of ownership over this digital cash, so only one person can be the owner at a time and the cash can't be spent twice, like counterfeit money in the physical world can. But Bitcoin is just the beginning for blockchains. In the future, blockchains that manage and verify online data could enable us to launch companies that are entirely run by algorithms, making self-driving cars safer, help us protect our online identities, and even track the billions of devices on the Internet of Things. These innovations will change our lives forever, and it's all just beginning. To learn more about the urgent future of the blockchain, please visit iftf.org/blockchainfutureslab.
The blockchain is one of the most promising new technologies for the future. So what is it? It's a distributed ledger technology that underlies cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and provides a way to record and transfer data that is transparent, safe, auditable, and resistant to outages. The blockchain has the ability to make the organizations that use it transparent, democratic, decentralized, efficient, and secure. The blockchain is likely to disrupt many industries in the coming 5 to 10 years. These are some of the industries it's already disrupting.
Number 1, banking and payments. Some people say that the blockchain will do to banking what the internet did to media. Blockchain technology can be used to give access to financial services to billions of people around the world, including those in third world countries who don't have access to traditional banking. Technologies like Bitcoin allow anyone to send money across borders almost instantly and with very low fees. Abra is a startup that is working on Bitcoin-based remittance services. And many banks like Barclays are also working on adopting blockchain technology to make their business operations faster, more efficient, and secure. Banks are also increasingly investing in blockchain projects and startups. IBM predicts that about 15% of banks will be using the blockchain by the end of 2017.
Number 2, cybersecurity. Although the blockchain ledger is public, the data is verified and encrypted using advanced cryptography. This way, the data is less prone to being hacked or changed without authorization. The blockchain eliminates the need for middlemen, making it more efficient than many legacy systems in cybersecurity.
Number 3, supply chain management. With blockchain technology, transactions can be documented in a permanent decentralized record and monitored securely and transparently. This can greatly reduce time delays and human mistakes. It can also be used to monitor costs, labor, and even waste and emissions at every point in the supply chain. This has serious implications for understanding and controlling the real environmental impact of products. The blockchain can also be used to verify the authenticity or fair trade status of products by tracking them from their origin. Some blockchain startups working in this sector are Provenance, Fluent, SkuChain, and BlockVerify.
Number 4, forecasting. Blockchain is set to change the entire approach to research, consulting, analysis, and forecasting. Online platforms like Augur are looking to create global decentralized prediction markets. These technologies can be used to place and monitor bets on anything from sports to stocks to elections in a decentralized way.
Number 5, networking and Internet of Things. Samsung and IBM are using blockchain technology for a new concept called Adept, which will create a decentralized network of IoT devices. Operating like a public ledger for a large number of devices, it would eliminate the need for a central location to handle communications between them. The devices would be able to communicate to each other directly to update software, manage bugs, and monitor energy usage.
Number 6, insurance. The global insurance market is based on trust management. Blockchain is a new way of managing trust and can be used to verify many types of data in insurance contracts, like the insured person's identity. So-called oracles can be used to integrate real-world data with blockchain smart contracts. This technology is very useful for any types of insurance that relies on real-world data, for example, crop insurance. Eternity is one blockchain project that is building tools that are useful in the insurance industry.
Number 7, private transport and ride sharing. The blockchain can be used to create decentralized versions of peer-to-peer ride-sharing apps, allowing both car owners and users to arrange terms and conditions in a secure way without third-party providers. Startups working in this area include Arcade City and Lazuz. The use of built-in e-wallets can allow for car owners to automatically pay for parking, highway tolls, and electricity top-ups to their vehicle. UBS, ZF, and Innogy are some of the startups developing blockchain-based e-wallets.
Number 8. Cloud storage. Data on a centralized server is inherently vulnerable to hacking, data loss, or human error. Using blockchain technology allows cloud storage to be more secure and robust against attacks. Storj is one example of a cloud storage network using blockchain technology.
Number 9. Charity. Common complaints in the charity space include inefficiency and corruption, which prevent money from reaching those who are meant to have it. Using blockchain technology to track donations can let you be sure that your money is going to end up in the right hands. Bitcoin-based charities like BitGive Foundation use blockchain's secure and transparent distributed ledger to let donors see that the intended party has received the funds.
Number 10. Voting. Probably one of the most important areas of society that blockchain will disrupt is voting. The 2016 US election is not the first time certain parties were accused of rigging election results. Blockchain technology can be used for voter registration and identity verification, and electronic vote counting to ensure that only legitimate votes are counted and no votes are changed or removed. Creating an immutable, publicly viewable ledger of recorded votes would be a massive step forward in making elections more fair and democratic. Democracy Earth and Follow My Vote are two startups aiming to disrupt democracy itself through creating blockchain-based online voting systems for governments.
Number 11. Government. Government systems are often slow and opaque and prone to corruption. Implementing blockchain-based systems can significantly reduce bureaucracy and increase security, efficiency, and transparency of government operations. Dubai, for example, is aiming to put its government documents on the blockchain by 2020.
Number 12. Public benefits. The public benefits system is another sector that suffers from slowness and bureaucracy. Blockchain technology can help assess, verify, and distribute welfare or unemployment benefits in a much more streamlined and secure way. GovCoin is a UK-based company that is helping the government to distribute public benefits using blockchain technology. The blockchain is also a good contender for implementing a basic income. Circles is a project working on developing a blockchain-based technology for implementing a universal basic income.
Number 13. Healthcare. Another industry that relies on so many legacy systems and is ripe for disruption is healthcare. One of the challenges hospitals face is the lack of a secure platform to store and share data. They're also often victims of hacking because of outdated infrastructure. Blockchain technology can allow hospitals to safely store data like medical records and share it with the authorized professionals or patients. This will improve data security and can even help improve accuracy and speed of diagnosis. Gem and Tyrion are two startups that are working on disrupting the current healthcare data space.
Number 14. Energy management. Energy management has been a highly centralized industry for a long time. Energy producers and users cannot buy it directly from each other and have to go through the public grid or trusted private intermediary. Transactive Grid is a startup using the Ethereum blockchain that allows customers to buy and sell energy directly from each other in a peer-to-peer way.
Number 15. Online music. Several blockchain startups are coming up with ways for musicians to get paid directly from their fans without giving up large percentages of sales to platforms or record companies. Smart contracts can also be used to automatically solve licensing issues and better catalog songs with their respective creators. Mycelia and Ujo Music are two startups creating blockchain-based solutions in the music industry.
Number 16. Retail. When you shop, you trust the retail system of the store or the marketplace. Decentralized blockchain-based retail utilities work differently. They connect buyers and sellers without a middleman and associated fees. Sorry, Amazon. In these cases, trust comes from smart contract systems, the security of exchanges, and built-in reputation management systems. Two startups disrupting the retail space are OpenBazaar and OB1.
Number 17. Real estate. Some of the issues in buying and selling real estate are bureaucracy, lack of transparency, fraud, and mistakes in public records. Using blockchain technology can speed up transactions by reducing the need for paper-based record keeping. It can also help with tracking, verifying ownership, ensuring accuracy of documents, and transferring property deeds. Ubiquity is a blockchain secured platform for real estate record keeping that is an alternative for legacy paper-based systems.
Number 18. Crowdfunding. Crowdfunding has become a popular method of fundraising for new startups and projects in recent years. Crowdfunding platforms exist to create trust between project creators and supporters, but they also charge high fees. In blockchain-based crowdfunding, trust is created through smart contracts and online reputation systems, which removes the need for a middleman. New projects can raise funds by releasing their own tokens that represent value and can later be exchanged for products, services, or cash. Many blockchain projects have now raised millions of dollars through such token sales. Although it's still early days and the regulatory future of blockchain-based crowdfunding is uncertain, it's an area that holds a lot of promise.
Number 19, your industry. If your industry deals with data or transactions of any kind, it's likely a field that can be disrupted by blockchain technology. The space is wide open and the opportunities are many.
Did we miss anything? What are some other industries the blockchain is disrupting? Leave your comments below.
And that's all we have today. I hope you found the videos and discussions of the blockchain to be helpful for you. We'll be keeping the show on a monthly basis and trying to go into a little bit of a deeper dive on each of the technologies that we have. Hopefully be able to, occasionally have some guests come in and have those discussions, or if not, we'll make sure to have these same kind of explainer videos to give a little bit more of a variety of takes other than just my own on the topics that we talk about. But thank you for your viewing. If you have comments or suggestions, please reach out to us at our email address, ibtpod@gmail.com, and or you can reach out to me directly at Big Troy Mac on Twitter. So thank you once again, and have a wonderful day. It's Big Troy signing off.